journey to becoming an Iron freaking Man. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. What does that mean? It means YouTube. It means a lot more work. It means a lot of gosh darn fun. And it means you're gonna see a lot more than just the stuff I post on Instagram, which honestly I've been thinking about it. YouTube might be a better platform for me anyways because I like to ramble. And YouTube is longer videos and Reels. Instagram doesn't like long videos, but I tend to make long videos and maybe that's why my engagement sucks. I don't know. But anyways, I'm rambling. So, we're just jumping head first into this Ironman. Doing a full 24 miles, 112 on the bike, 2 mile swim, but in the other order. I have a really solid foundation in terms of my fitness. So my base in that sense is really good. So I'm going into this really good. Most people know how to ride a bike, although there's still technique to riding a bike. And I'll get into the specifics of this in a second. But swimming is where I'm gonna have the most difficulty in the sense that it's freaking hard and it takes a lot of technique. Like I said, I have the endurance, I have that foundation of a solid cardio fitness, but swimming takes so much technique that I just don't know that's going to be the hardest part to this prep, if I have to imagine. Now, I haven't done it yet, so I can't say that for a fact, but I have to assume that is going to be the thing. Now, hopping into this bicicleta. It is a Cervelo, whatever, P2. It's a 2014, so it's used, obviously. Price range in terms of triathlon bikes, you can go from $1,000, $2,000, all the way up to like $20,000 for a bike. So it's insane. I think this bike, I like to go, I don't want to like half-ass things. I have a road bike outside that's really shitty. I could use that for the Ironman. But I just don't want to. I want to go all in a sense of like, I don't want to half-ass it I just want to do the best I can do, and that being within my means, staying within my means. And I think this bike is the perfect option. The P2 in general is more of a entry-level type triathlon bike as opposed to something like, I think P5 is their highest, and that's where you get into crazy money and all that type of stuff. But in general, this is like a perfect bike for me to start. I don't know what it weighs, but maybe it's like 20 pounds. I don't know. But it's a full carbon frame, carbon forks, carbon bars. I think these are probably aluminum aero bars. We can get into that. Carbon stem or carbon seat post, carbon wheels, which I'm pretty sure these are aftermarket. But like I said, the bike's used. It definitely needs camera. I'm sure it looks really nice on camera, and it is a really nice bike. It's the nicest bike I've ever had in my life. But it definitely needs a tune-up, which luckily, so I'm gonna start just posting this shit on YouTube, assuming this goes well. I'm still in the midst of my marathon prep, May 4th. So Long Island Marathon, May 4th. We're shooting for sub 3 hours. So I have, it's April 8th, just under a month. So hopefully I'll be able to get my bike in, get this bad boy tuned up, because I don't want to start on a bad foundation. I can tell like the stem or the headset's a little bit used or a little bit loose. These wheels, I don't know what brand these wheels are. I don't know. There's just some things that I want to get sorted out before I start putting in tons of miles on this thing, because that's just gonna make the bike. It's just gonna make things matters worse. So get these things tuned up, get them dialed in, and I want to be excited about this, and this gets me fucking excited. And then having the actual aero bars. I've never had a bike with aero bars, of course, and most people haven't. It's a very specific bike to have. But the aero bars and even the way that the geometry of the whole bike itself is set up is very specific to triathlon. So you could buy aero bars for something like a road bike, but it doesn't. But the geometry of this actual bike is set up to have something like this. The way, I forget what it's called, but this kind of part of the frame with the seat post, like the way it's angled, There's a fancy name for it. I don't really know. I don't really know much about bikes, but I'm learning. And then you can see it. The frame itself is weird. It's very thick, or it looks thick, but it's thin. But it's all for aerodynamics, which is badass. And one of the fun things about riding a bike is it feels like you're karting, or it feels like Formula One, in that there's a racing line. So when you're going around turns, there's the fastest way around that turn or through that turn. Or if you're working through traffic, aka other people, try not to hit them. But it just makes it a lot of fun, and I'm super excited. So we have bottle holders, and then another thing I can do and probably will do is get this bike fitted to me. So this is a 54 centimeter, 54, and so that fits like height-wise from 5'6", I think, to like 5'9", which I was gonna get a 56 mil, which is like 5'10". I don't know how tall I am, but we'll say I'm like 6 foot or something like that. Not really. But this is a 54 because I went to look at a 56. Well, one, I like things to be a little bit tighter. I'm very specific about fit with things. And when I went to look at one that was 56 centimeter, the guy that was selling it, he didn't want to sell it to me because he thought maybe it would be a bit big. He recommended me to get a 54. I was like, all right, call me short, whatever. But no, he's being a good guy. He didn't want me to spend the money if it wasn't going to be the right bike. And so props to him, so props to him. But that was like months ago. I've been looking for a specific bike for a long time, but I've been trying to make the right call. I think this felt like the right call. I went and checked it out yesterday. I didn't buy it yesterday, but I checked it out. I think signs are kind of hippy-dippy bullshit, but then there's a lot of random little things I was like, it's the right move. And this feels like the right move. I'm really excited about this bike. This bike is really exciting. Did I mention that this bike is really exciting? The other thing that's really exciting, this Ironman prep and this marathon prep. And starting this YouTube stuff. I don't really know how long this video is going to be. This will be like a trial run first video. But this is really exciting. And then another thing that's cool is when you're riding on this, so you have your brake levers here, but then this is how you change the gears. So you're riding, this is for these front two gears, and then this is for all the back ones. So you kind of have to go, sounds pretty badass. But it's cool, and you just feel so at home. I've never ridden a bike like this before, and there's a lot of skeptics out there. When I went to a few bike shops and talked to people, everyone tries to talk you out of it. They're like, what do you've never done? Like, everyone's just very doubtful, and like, I guess they're trying to be nice, scared for me, but I don't think people realize they don't know me. You look at me, you think one thing, but you don't know me. So yeah, I was like, fuck y'all. I don't want your business. I'm not gonna give you my business anyways if you're gonna be like, literally like projecting on me. Like, the one guy's never even done, he's never really even done triathlons, and he was like, you could just feel his fear for the fear he had towards a big race like that. He was like projecting it onto me to, essentially it seemed like he didn't want me to do it, and he kind of pissed me off. When I left there, I was like, fuck that guy. And just a couple of random experiences like that. And then there's validity to that. It's a big fucking race. It's a lot of fucking work, but I don't think they realize that I'm a goddamn workhorse. This is right up my fucking alley. All I have to do is put my head down and do the goddamn work. Like, it's so easy. It's so hard, but it's so easy. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna clean this bad boy up. I think in terms of moving forward with the YouTube stuff, I don't know how the rest of the marathon videos will go, but I do want to make a few videos like that. I'm filming this on my camera, or on my iPhone camera. I don't, of course, sure, I'd love to buy a camera, but I'm not trying to, money doesn't grow on trees, so I'm not just trying to spend money willy-nilly here and there. But assuming that this will go well, iPhones have decent cameras. We'll see how this goes in uploading it and everything. Because I can't connect my iPhone to my Lenovo laptop. I've tried it, it'll connect, but it won't truly connect. So I'll have to do it from my phone, which I think is fine. I don't know, YouTube's a new thing, but the best way to get started and the best way to figure something out is to just start. So I've been thinking about the YouTube for a while, and I keep putting it off because I'm like, well, I don't know how to do that. And then I just was like, I'll start it for the Ironman because then that would give me time to prepare. But I was also kind of putting it off because again, it's like it's not scary, but you just don't know, so you just kind of put it off, and then you do it, and you're like, oh, that was fucking stupid. That was really easy. So yeah, with the bike, I got a new tire. The bike's been sitting for a while. They said they had it serviced, and then it's been sitting. That's what they all say. I don't really believe that. So I did talk them. Don't be the person that doesn't. You want to pay full price, like you don't want to be the lowballing asshole. However, the price they were asking, I think, was much too high for what. Again, it's a nice bike, but for the condition of everything and just the situation of it, I was able to talk him down a little bit, which is good. And yeah, and I probably still paid more than I should have, but I was able to get him down a good bit, which is good. Yeah, man, I'm freaking excited. I hope you guys are excited. Who you guys meaning like the 3 people that watched this video, maybe, and 2 of them are my parents, and the other one's probably my sibling. But no, I'm super excited. I'm going all in on this shit. I enjoy the shit out of this shit, and I hope that my drive, my motivation, and my just determination for fitness in whatever realm, and for writing these notes and for talking my thoughts out loud, I hope that's inspiring to other people. Because a lot of times I find myself thinking now, I'm like, we do so many things that I want to pursue this stuff, and I think, where's the value in any of this, like towards the world? Like, what value am I providing to other people? Because you think other people have jobs and they do their jobs and, oh, they provide value to people, but I've had a lot of jobs in the past that the one I just recently worked where I don't really feel like it provided value to people, but it wasn't a value that was necessary. Without that job and without that realm of what I used to do, where the world would still spin and the world would still be exactly the same way it was. And honestly, I think that if my intentions and what this I feel can provide to people is valuable, I find that to be more valuable than any job that I have ever done. And maybe that's just me reinforcing the fact that I just want to do my shit and make a living out of it, but I think that's a beautiful thing. Why would we not want to take advantage of our life and do the best we can and live a life that's true to us? And I'm still figuring it out. I'm 24 years old, but I really feel as though I'm moving onto a path that is damn true to me. And it just makes me really happy. It makes me really cool to see. Although there's so many ups and downs with all this social media stuff, like I get really excited and then you get in those lows and you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. But in general, it's super exciting, and I'm doing, even though I'm not where I want to be, I can zoom out and look where I was when I first started my job and to where I am now, and I'm thinking, you're doing the things that you wanted to do. You're just not at the level you want to be at, but like I'm doing the things, and the things are slowly happening, and it's really, really cool to see. And it's just grabbing life by the balls and trying to make the fucking best out of it and do what I feel is right. I've been rambling. See, I'm rambling, but this is why I think YouTube's gonna be good. And I want to take it to different realms because I'm a car guy too. So like I want to do videos when I'm washing my car. This would be inspired by another dude I still will watch sometimes. He'll do wash and talks. So he just washes his car and talks the whole time. So I want to do stuff like that as well. Maybe I could do stuff where like I'm riding the bike and I'm talking there or whatever. I think YouTube opens up a whole nother realm of possibility in terms of the videos I can make and being creative, which I love to be creative. I love the sound of that cassette. I don't know. I'm super fucking excited. Get excited, baby, because I'm excited. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's go.